Olá, eu sou o G4 e, bom, hoje eu tô aqui pra fazer a minha reação, trazer minha reação do evento do Xbox, do Developer Direct de 2024. E, enfim, não tem muito o que dizer, né? É só colocar aqui pra assistir, eu não assisti ainda, vai ser minha primeira reação e vamos nessa. Mais 18, filho, vambora. Eita porra. Tá alto, filho. Calma aí, só vou abaixar um pouquinho o som. Voltando. E essa legenda aí, fi? Deixa eu trocar a legenda aqui, que tá em... Tá em ucraniano. Vai ficar difícil, né? Aí, coisa que chegará um Xbox. Vambora. Isso aí eu sei o que é. Todd Howard. Vambora, fi. Eu gostei muito do ano passado, vamos ver se esse aqui vai ser bom também, ó. Hellblade. Olha, o Jonas indiano ali, fi. Vambora. Mas já vai começar com ele? Era o que eu mais estava hypado, mas já vai começar com o Avowed? Vambora, fi.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Isso daí vai ser...
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the Living Lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world,
esse gráfico.
where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the Living Lands.
Tá, porra,
At
vambora.
Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
Ah lá.
And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical, to give players a world and experience like no other.
Isso aí, fi,
It's
vambora.
colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora.
Bichão.
There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world.
Quero ver gameplay.
And when it
Cadê
comes to
gameplay?
encounters, our combat
Aí,
brings the
gameplay,
best of the
fi.
moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth
Bichão,
and
um
breadth of choice that
Skyrim
you get
2
with an
aí, fi.
RPG.
Olha.
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Aí
Here at
sim.
Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to
Opa,
give
aí
you
sim,
the
hein?
freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to
Mano, o
moment,
gráfico desse jogo tá
uninterrupted.
incrível,
For all
mano.
battles, you can combine
Ele
a
parecia
variety
ser
of
muito mais
weapons,
cartunesco ano
attacks, and
passado.
abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
Ó os maguinhos aí, ó.
It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks,
Aí, fi, é
blocks,
disso aí que eu gosto,
parries,
fi. É porrada.
and special attacks.
Ficar usando magiazinha não, fi.
If
Que
you
é
choose to approach
porrada, que é
combat with the
guerreiro.
one-handed wand, it feels quick
lá.
and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly
Mano,
switched during combat.
Mano, é
That means you
Skyrim
can
isso
play
aqui, mano.
however
É
you
muito
want.
parecido.
Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle.
Esse cara é evoluído, mano.
Dual-wield
Olha.
pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
Olha.
Or even dual-wield
Pistola,
wands to
filho.
feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then
É
use
por
your
isso que
offhand
parece
weapon's power
Skyrim,
attack
mano.
to shatter them.
Dá pra usar as
We've
duas
worked
mãos.
hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold, by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers. And as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the 4 of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud.
Cara,
So
eu
what
tô
did he tell you?
impressionado com esse gráfico,
That
mano.
Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the
Eu não
quest, you have a
conheço.
choice. When you confront Private
ó.
Naoki, if
É,
you
tem que ter
believe the
escolha,
story
né?
he's told you,
Eu
you
não
can hand over the
conheço muito
badges
bem o
and let him
universo
go back
que
home.
vai se passar esse jogo, mas esse
You're
cara
right.
parece ser da mesma
Real battles and
raça
something you can
daquele
prepare
outro
for, is it?
verdinho barra azul que
It's not
apareceu
my
no
fault.
trailer que apareceu ano
they-
passado. Só que
They
ele é
should never
vermelho.
have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to
Não
Thirdborn.
sei se é a mesma raça.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions
Isso é
and the choices you made during this quest.
interessante.
Creating an
Isso é
immersive experience like
interessante,
Avowed
hein?
is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and
Esse cara me
wonderful.
lembra um pouco Vonderheim.
We
mano.
found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG
Nossa, mano, tá
experience.
muito bonito esse
By
jogo,
contrasting
cara.
the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players.
Olha.
The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're
eles tão
wandering
falando de
the wastes of
Shatterscarp aí, ó.
Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color.
Pera, então.
By transitioning from
Então não vai
destitute,
ser um mundo
muted
aberto,
tones of a
aparentemente. Tipo, um
wasteland
mundo
of sand,
totalmente aberto, você vai
and
pros
marching
lugares,
in
vai
towards
ser.
a beautiful
Que nem a
oasis.
Obsidian já faz.
There's the opportunity there
Com
for
The Outer Worlds,
life,
por exemplo,
for
você vai
adventure,
e
and even a little
volta
danger.
com loading. Provavelmente parece ser isso.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore
Tem
the
data?
Living Lands
Fala a data
when
aí,
Avowed
fia.
launches this fall.
Outono, tá? Eu tô um pouco ansioso pra Valve, hein? Eu gosto muito de RPG, tô na loucura. Quero muito jogar esse jogo. Parece estar bem interessante. Olha que capa bonita. Nossa. 2024. Tem que lançar em 2024. Vambora. A Valve. Vambora. Gostei do que eu vi. Achei interessante. Bem interessante. Parece com The Elder Scrolls, de fato. Beleza, e agora? Mas já também, caralho, os caras já estão na loucura. Já vai mostrar Hellblade já, fi? Tá, porra, os caras estão como, mano? Aí sim. Mas será que vai mostrar coisa do jogo gameplay? Vamos ver. Olha,
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the
eu
final
acho que
months of
aqui nesse
development
caso é
on
o
Senua's
contrário.
saga Hellblade 2.
Eu não
And the
tô
team is
tão
working hard to
ansioso
bring
pra ver
you
esse
an
jogo. Eu
unforgettable
quero ver, eu
journey
vou experimentar.
into Senua's unique world
Mas
and her
o
battle
jogo
for
narrativo
survival,
geralmente não
where
me
we have
pega
once
muito.
again combined high
Essa gameplay
fidelity
foi
and
interessante.
immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Bom, uma coisa que eu posso falar é que esse jogo é muito bonito. Puta merda, olha isso.
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
Nossa, mano, tá muito bonito esse bagulho, mano. Olha.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland
Pô,
on the trail of
gameplay,
the
mano, não é
Vikings who have
possível,
been
não.
enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
É, eu não joguei o primeiro Hellblade. Eu tentei jogar, mas como eu disse, jogo narrativo não é pra mim.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
Ah, pô, a menina tem psicose, velho. Olha aí.
It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the
É
ability to
isso que me
actually tell a
interessou
story
nesse jogo.
throughout
O
it.
combate parece ser bem interessante, se for desse jeito
It
mesmo,
does
né?
feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it.
É, realmente, é
Senua
muito
isn't a
brutal esse
superhero.
combate.
She's
Você tá
fighting for
maluco.
survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion
Nossa, mano.
to help
Pô,
suspend your
falar a verdade pra
disbelief
você, esse
and
gráfico
pull
é
you into Senua's
impressionante, tá?
story.
Se for isso mesmo aí,
We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You
aí o
have to be
gráfico do
there.
jogo aí,
The sense of
realista,
scale, everything
olha.
is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
these voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation
Isso eu
of this
percebi
type of
pouco no
auditory
primeiro jogo, realmente é
hallucinations.
muito
As
louco.
we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space.
Sim,
In
mano.
the first game, we
Isso é
only
muito
apply to the
louco.
voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized
Nossa,
around
achei
you, and it's a very beautiful
que
experience.
loucura, música.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
Exato.
On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Essa música eu achei muito
We
boa,
feel
inclusive.
their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
É,
Our
como eu
hope is to
disse,
not only create a
me
game that is
interessa,
great to play, but to
mas
craft an
não é um jogo
experience that leaves
que
you
eu vou
thinking
ficar,
and feeling.
nossa.
From our combat gameplay through
Vamos
to our
ver,
action
se
set
o
pieces,
combate for
from our
bacana,
cinematic
se o
scenes to our
jogo em
puzzle
si for
solving,
bacana,
everything is
aí
crafted in
eu
service
vou.
of Senua's journey.
Mas,
A journey that you
enfim,
can
né?
embark on
Enfim,
on
vamos
May
ver.
21st.
21 de maio já! É o quê? 21 de maio, meu irmão, mas já! Nossa, eu fiquei chocado agora, tá? Meu amigo, o que vem agora? Ih! Olha lá o Shadow Drop. Não vai ter Shadow Drop, eu acho. Square Enix, mano. Olha lá, meu irmão. Ih, olha lá. Square Enix. Mas isso é o que? Ixi, mano. Ixi, mano. Acabou. É, Microsoft comprou Square. Ah lá.
Greetings, Xbox players.
Opa, saudações.
My name is Masaru Oyamada,
Opa, e aí?
producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大
Visions
変
of
光栄です。
Mana.
コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝
Caramba,
説シリー
eu
ズは
nunca ouvi falar
1991
disso,
年にファイ
mano.
ナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降
Que loucura.
マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され長らく愛されてきました。
É
本
tudo
作は
demanda,
30
olha.
年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。
Oh,
フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
ai, o cara, a
シリー
tortuguita,
ズお
mata
な
a
じみのモンスターた
tortuguita.
ちも本作に登場しています。
Nossa. Olha, não é... Assim, é interessante, parece ser legal, mas não sei se eu vou jogar.
これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんと共に聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。
Sei lá.
今作では
Pode ser
初め
legal,
は
pode ser
ドッ
interessante.
ト絵からスタートしたモンスター
Não
たちを
sei, geralmente
ど
quando
のよう
se
な
trata de
形
jogo
で最
japonês,
新
eu
化して
sempre fico com o pé atrás
聖
porque
剣
eu
伝
nunca
説
gostei.
ビジョ
Então,
ンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。
cogumelinho, olha, cogumelinho.
聖剣伝説フ
O jogo é
ァイナルファン
bonitinho,
タジ
tá?
ー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中では
Parece
モンスターたちは
Pokémon,
立
mano.
体的に生き生きと動いて、こ
Nossa,
れまで
parece
自
ser
分が
muito
携わった
Pokémon.
作品では
Olha!
それらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。 最新作では
Pokémon 2,
聖
sei
剣
que
伝
é
説
isso
モンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、
Pelo mar?
今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が
Eita
登場し
porra,
ます。
vambora!
陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。
Caramba, parece
ピックル
interessante
も
esse
石井
joguinho,
さんが新
mano.
たに考案してくださっ
Nunca
てい
ouvi
ます。
falar, parece que é uma franquia muito louca, antiga, muito
新た
foda,
な
eu
仲間
nunca
を考
ouvi
えるに
falar.
あたっては今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い
Talvez eu já tenha
動物
ouvido
にした
falar,
い
na
という
real.
漠然とした思いがありました。
Não sei.
その上で
Bonitinho,
ヨ
bonitinho.
ークシャテリアの毛並
Ah, o
み、
Sonic!
見た目はアルマジルによく似た
Tá mais
仙
pro
山
Tails,
港
né?
や
Mas
古
beleza,
代
que
エ
é
ジ
um
プト神
raposo.
のアヌビスの子供
Mas
といった
beleza.
具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。
Legal. Olha.
デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
Porra, vambora.
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれま
Vocês não
した。
esqueçam de ler a legenda, mas vambora.
BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。
Música
新たな試
bonitinha,
みとし
bem
てフィ
japonesa
ールドの
mesmo.
探索から
Joguinho
バトルま
japonês.
でをシームレスに体験できるよう今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Parece que a música, tipo, ela tem uma transiçãozinha mais suave, aparentemente. Tipo, em vez da música trocar de
今
música
作
normal
は
pra
アクション
de
RPG 聖
combate.
剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
RPG de ação, é. Ainda bem que não é de turno.
空中でのアクシ
Odeio
ョン
RPG
が
de
バトル
turno,
の
mas
鍵となって
vambora.
おり、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。 そ
Interessante
し
as
て
magias aí,
本
ó.
作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、
Ah, planta. Deve
そ
ser
の
um
力
boss
を
aí.
宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によってはさまざまな特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトル
Eu
を
esqueci de ler
楽
a
しんでい
legenda,
ただけ
calma
ま
aí.
す。
Eu não tô entendendo nada. Eu não tô lendo a legenda, eu sou muito
オ
burro.
リジナルモンスターやピックルにも注目してほしいのです
Que
が、
curso?
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは
Que isso?
聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。
Vocês
私
não
自
tô,
身
né?
もプレイ
Mas
する
vamos
のを
ver esse
楽しみに
joguinho
して
aí.
います。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお
Caramba,
届けする
nunca
本
teve
作
pra
聖剣伝
Xbox?
説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは 今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Nesse verão. Series X, e PC. Legal. Não sei se eu vou jogar, provavelmente não, mas parece ser interessante. E agora? Agora eu acho que vai ser o Dockside, né? Eu acho que eles vão deixar o Indiana Jones por último. Vão deixar o Indiana Jones por último, porque é Indiana Jones, né? Vambora. Esse aí parece ser um jogo de estratégia. Também não curto muito jogo de estratégia, mas vamos ver.
Hello,
Opa,
and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all
Nunca
love.
joguei Civilization, mas eu conheço.
Our History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Peraí.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
Não
With
sei.
Ara, we wanted to
Porque eu gosto
challenge some of the
muito de
preconceived
joguinho de
notions about the
criacidade,
genre,
mas eu acho que não
push it
tem
forward
muita
in a
coisa a ver
modern,
não, na real.
empowering, and truly compelling
É que eu vi
and
umas
approachable way.
cidadezinhas ali, eu fiquei...
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good.
Ih, mano.
Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement.
Legal.
It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion.
Olha o Brasil
We started
ali,
small,
mano.
building a robust
Ah,
game engine,
Alexandre o Grande.
questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
Cara,
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the
isso eu
world
achei
the chance to
interessante,
see the
tipo,
game
ter essas
reflect
coisas
their
mais
unique perspective
atuais.
and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their
Eu
decisions,
sei que não é de
they need to
criacidade
see their choices
especificamente,
reflected
mas
in the
pô,
game
isso me
world
interessa
itself,
pouco.
not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
Interessante.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and
Aí, ó,
reacting to the changes.
isso aí que eu acho
We want
interessante.
players to feel like they're truly
Criar
occupying the
cidadezinha, eu
world,
gosto.
leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is
Caralho, vai ter
theirs.
até isso, mano.
In Ara, there are no set victory
Nossa, tá pro
conditions.
futuro,
Players get to
filho.
decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments
Pera,
and
o
architectural
bichão lá
achievements
de
from
Rhodes
throughout
lá,
human
o Colosso de
history.
Rhodes?
Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge
Aí,
prestige
ó,
bonuses
ó lá.
and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more
Olha, eu tô cansado, tô com sono, por isso que pode ser que eu não tô entendendo muita
once your
coisa,
turn is
mas
finished, you have to wait for a long time.
dá pra jogar
With
com mais de uma
simultaneous
pessoa,
turns,
eu não tô
generally speaking,
entendendo.
those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
Oxi, virou jogo tabuleiro.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It
ela...
gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Ara for. You.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me." I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Ara is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Ara and to create your own history.
Bom, vou jogar? Provavelmente não. Mas, vamos ver, né? Agora é hora da estrela principal, não é mesmo? Chegamos à hora de ver o jogo do Jonas indiano. Feito pela Machine Games, vamos ver. Bichão, se for em primeira pessoa, o pessoal vai chorar demais, mano. Vamos ver. Nossa, que gráficos incríveis!
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones.
Legal.
Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope...
Chegaram a ver os olhos dele? Pera aí.
When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game,
vai ser em primeira pessoa, né? Vai ser muito em primeira
I've
pessoa.
wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this
Olha ele
idea
aí.
for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going
Vambora.
after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like
Caramba,
the
ele é
best studio
baixinho,
in the
mano,
world
parece.
to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games.
Ah.
I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look.
Tá de hard, o que você andou fazendo, hein? Vambora, vamos ver. Vai sim, primeira pessoa, né? Vamos assistir.
Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game,
O gráfico tá interessante.
I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
É cara de ator com ator famoso? Eu não sei, eu nunca assisti mesmo, assim. Olha! Todd Howard. Aí, primeira pessoa. Puta merda, os caras vão entrar em choque com esse jogo. Cara, enfim, vamos lá. O gráfico tá muito interessante. Olha que jogo bonito. Ah, tem que ter puzzle, né?
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
É um first person shooter. Pera, não tô entendendo. Ah, o gritinho lá. Tá, acho que ficou em terceira pessoa porque ele tava no bagulhete lá. Olha só.
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Essa música eu conheço, filho. Caramba, é um first person shooter mesmo, cara. Nossa, o pessoal vai entrar em choque, mano.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Parece que tá bem interessante, tá? Olha, eu nunca assisti nenhum Indiana Jones, mas parece que tá muito interessante esse jogo, cara.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chukulimani. The Great Circle.
Em Jonas Indiano.
You have any idea how old that was?
Interessante, cara. Achei interessante.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years.
Eu não tenho.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip,
solving
solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Nova York. Olha o Japão ali, ó, dá pra ver?
On next plane to Rome, stop. Need help, stop. Meet me in Vatican.
Cadê? Vai pra onde?
Indy.
Pra Roma.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve the problem.
Tá? Se você quiser fazer o puzzle, se não quiser, aparentemente é isso, né?
Paths through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music.
Realmente, a música dessa franquia é muito icônica.
And we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
Caramba, parece filme mesmo,
and of course,
mano.
Our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Esse aí o Zangado já não gostou, já não gostei. A lacração aí. A lacração no mundo dos games.
Determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts
Tem que
for
dar
us,
tiro.
and we've ended up with a sort of
Eu quero dar
hybrid
tiro.
experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and
Explorando, o caramba.
How you approach
Ah lá,
any
isso aí,
given
ó.
situation is up to you.
Tome.
You may choose to sneak around an
Isso
enemy
aí,
patrol,
fi.
or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and
Ah,
whack
é?
them on the back of their
Nossa,
head.
mano. Uma
And when
pasada
you can't use your
no
wits, you got
Furebis.
Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and
Caramba, os caras
multi-purpose
trabalham
as
com
possible.
chicote lá.
We want it integrated
Ixi, olha que
into every
loucura.
aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
Faz
You
sentido.
can use it as a distraction.
Ih, oh,
And
que
yes, you
loucura.
can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip. And hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously,
Indiana
there are a
Jones.
handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience
Que
them.
interessante.
Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Olha, uma pedra. Ih.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Quando lança?
Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not.
Eu não sou, vamos ver, eu quero jogar pra ver. Parece interessantíssimo esse jogo.
Everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Ainda esse
and
ano.
cannot wait
Ih, olha lá, eu tô de Howard! Roubou. Ai, caramba. Tinha que ser o Todd Howard. Muito interessante esse jogo. Muito interessante. Muito, cara. Caramba, eu achei muito da hora. 2024, cara. É isso, né? Vai lá, bum, eles mostram outro jogo. Mas acho que não, acho que acabou. Já teve lá o Visions of Mana lá. E... Ah, tá. Achei que... Ixi. Ah, eu já achei que tem outra coisa. Falei, caramba, mas enfim, não. Isso aqui é só o trailerzinho final, né? Eita. Que eles mostram aí. Ah,
Is
lá.
it animals, children, and game developers?
Olha, eu
Our mission
curti.
here at Ninja Theory is to
Cara, o
craft
Blade vai lançar dia
life-changing
21 de
parts with
maio já,
game-changing
cara. Nossa, pra mim isso é muito louco.
Core to the vision of Ara is our
Pra mim
philosophy
esse é um jogo
of
de final
rule
de
how you
ano,
want
mas
to
não, vai
rule.
ser agora já.
Stay happy.
Esse aí que eu tô
Creating an immersive
ansioso.
experience like
Nossa, a
Avowed
Valorant,
is anchored
cara.
in the world we build.
A Valorant vai ser incrível, mano. Nossa, eu não vejo a hora de jogar esse
You
jogo.
aren't just playing as
Esse eu
Indy,
também achei
you
muito
are
interessante.
Indiana Jones.
Muito interessante. Nunca assisti Indiana Jones na vida, mas da hora. Interessante. Primeira pessoa, né? Enfim, eu já vou falar sobre isso. Esse joguinho parece interessante. Não vou jogar provavelmente, mas é bem interessante. 2024 vai ser loucura, filho. Developer Direct 2024. Muito bom que a Microsoft decidiu fazer isso, cara. Será que eles vão fazer todo ano mesmo um Developer Direct? Aí vai ser muito bom. Vai ser muito bom. Enfim, acabamos aqui. Desculpa se eu acabei não falando muita coisa, que eu realmente estou um pouco cansado. Acabei de voltar do trabalho, então eu estou um pouco cansado. Deu um desconto. Mas, cara, eu achei muito interessante esse evento, cara. Muito interessante. Muito interessante. Enfim, não quero me estender muito, mas... Olha, de todos... Assim, eu tô ansioso... o jogo que eu mais tô ansioso pra jogar de fato é o Avowed. Eu vejo coisas desse jogo desde que ele foi anunciado lá em 2020, se eu não me engano, junto com o Series X, inclusive. E eu, desde lá... Não, talvez não desde lá. Eu acho que depois que eu joguei Skyrim, que foi em 2022, eu fiquei muito de olho nesse jogo. Falei, cara, esse jogo provavelmente vai ser parecido com Skyrim. E vendo o gameplay desse jogo, cara, se você já jogou Skyrim, parece que é um Skyrim modificado esse jogo, cara. Parece que eles colocaram atocharam o jogo de mod ali pra movimentações, essas coisas. Não tô querendo dizer que o jogo não tem personalidade, ele tem, só que, cara, tem muito cara de Skyrim esse jogo, muito cara de Skyrim ou The Elder Scrolls, enfim, né? O Avowed é o jogo que eu mais tô ansioso pra ver, porque eu confio no Obsidian, eu gosto muito de Grounded, por exemplo, um jogo que eu nunca achei que eu ia gostar, mas eu gosto pra caramba de Grounded. Zerei também o The Outer Worlds, achei interessante também. E eu queria muito ver o que eles vão fazer no Avowed, né? Vamos ver aí o que eles vão fazer, tô muito interessado. Enfim, sobre os outros jogos, né? Eu acho que não tem muito o que comentar. Hellblade, como eu disse, é um jogo narrativo. Eu não curto muito o jogo narrativo. Geralmente eu dropo, mas o jogo vai lançar aí, então vou ver. Vou ver se eu gosto. Assim, talvez não todos. Assim, é que eu realmente não posto muito vídeo, porque não é uma coisa que me dá dinheiro, eu faço só por hobby, né? Mas eu vou tentar trazer a minha primeira gameplay de Hellblade, não jogando o jogo todo, mas primeiras horas ali, ver se eu gosto do jogo. Indiana Jones é a mesma coisa e a Avowed é a mesma coisa. Que nem eu fiz com Starfield e com Forza, eu vou, talvez, com esses jogos também eu faça, né? Mas é isso. Espero que vocês tenham gostado desse vídeo. Se por acaso você caiu nesse vídeo assim do nada, tava procurando aí sobre reações do Developer Direct, queria ver, tá aqui a minha, né? Enfim, só sou mais um aí no meio de vários, mas, enfim, eu queria gravar minha reação, tanto pra mim mostrar pros meus amigos e pra mim ver depois, que eu acho muito interessante isso. Mas, enfim, espero que vocês tenham gostado e até uma próxima.